The objectives for this video are to learn how to use the fundamental counting rule and how to identify and calculate a permutation. How many 9-player batting orders are possible for a baseball team with 15 players? In order to answer this question, we must first become familiar with the fundamental counting rule. The fundamental counting rule states that the number of ways that a sequence of events can be performed is equal to the product of the number of ways that each event can be performed. Suppose a uniformed employee has 4 work shirts, 3 pairs of work pants, and 2 pairs of work shoes. How many different ways can this employee dress for work? The process of dressing for work for this employee amounts to performing a sequence of 3 events. The employee must put on a shirt, and put on a pair of pants, and put on a pair of shoes. There are 4 shirts to choose from, and 3 pairs of pants, and 2 pairs of shoes. The fundamental counting rule says that we should multiply these values together. So we will replace the word "and" with multiplication symbols. So there are 24 different ways that this employee can dress for work. So now let's return to the question of how many 9-player batting orders are possible for a baseball team with 15 players. Designing a batting order is the same as a sequence of 9 events. The manager must select a player to bat first, a player to bat second, and so on until the entire batting order is filled. If there are 15 players on the team, then there are 15 ways to fill the first batting position. That would leave 14 players to choose from to bat second, 13 to bat third, and so on until all of the batting positions in the order have been filled. Remember that the fundamental counting rule tells us to multiply the number of ways that each event can occur in order to find the number of ways that the sequence can be performed. So there are 1,816,214,400 different ways to make a 9-player batting order for a team with 15 players. The batting order problem can also be carried out using a permutation. A permutation is an arrangement of n objects in a specific order using r objects at a time. The notation is npr, and the formula is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial, where n is the number of items available to choose from, and r is the number of items to be chosen and arranged. Designing a batting order is basically an arrangement of 15 objects taken 9 at a time. We are to arrange 9 players from a group of 15. N, the number of items to choose from, is 15. R, the number of items chosen and arranged, is 9. 15p9 is equal to 15 factorial divided by 15 minus 9 factorial, which would be equal to 15 factorial divided by 6 factorial. 15 factorial is defined as 15 times 14 times 13, and so on until we get to 1. 6 factorial is defined as 6 times 5 times 4, and so on until we get to 1. But the factors from 6 to 1 would cancel and leave us with the same list of factors that we found using the fundamental counting rule, and therefore the same result of 1,816,214,400. In this video, we learned how to use the fundamental counting rule and how to identify and calculate a permutation.